Welcome on into the Wolverine TV. Clayton Safey here with EJ Holland. You can follow all of our coverage at thewolverine.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel here and like this video. We're going to break down the 2023 Michigan recruiting targets that the Wolverines made the biggest impact with over the weekend during their huge visit weekend for the game against Washington. Of course, a 31-10 victory. Michigan wins going away against the Huskies, a Pac-12 opponent. So in under the lights, incredible atmosphere, all of that, which played a part in it. But EJ, let's start with one of the more important guys, regardless of class, for Michigan when it comes to recruiting. 2023 elite quarterback Dante Moore from Detroit King. He's a guy we talk about a lot for good reason. He's an elite quarterback. You believe he should be in the conversation for, to be the best quarterback in the nation in the class of 2023. And Michigan obviously did a great job this weekend because he's number one on our list and he leads things off.
Yeah, Dante is, man, I saw him on Friday night, and there's no question that he's elite. He should be in the conversation as five-star number one quarterback in the country. He has thrown for more than 1,000 yards in 3 games, and against really good competition, just led King to a big win over cross-city rival Cass Tech. But Dante likes to keep a low profile when it comes to recruiting. Anytime you ask him about recruiting, he likes to talk about all schools and kind of give general answers. But after the Michigan visit, he was a lot more open about Michigan. I thought the Wolverines did a really nice job with him. I thought they impressed him a ton. He came away, even though Michigan didn't pass the ball a whole lot, which a lot of fans, pointed to. I think Dante kind of saw I can come in here and, really change the way the Michigan quarterback position has been portrayed. And, it's obviously close to home. He is extremely familiar with the program. He has a personal relationship with Jim Harbaugh. He's known Ron Bellamy since he was a little kid. And so overall, I think the Michigan atmosphere was just great for him too. That's something Dante really honed in on. I really love the atmosphere, and he's developed a nice friendship with Will Johnson, Michigan's 5-star commit, and so I think Michigan's definitely a top school for Dante. He really likes others like Ohio State and Michigan State and Notre Dame. He's originally from Ohio, so I know Ohio State will be a little tough to beat, and it is Ohio State. But at the same time, I feel like if Michigan continues to win, and maybe if they do open up the offense a little more, I feel like the Wolverines will have a really good chance to land Dante Moore down the line. And he is the guy. Michigan hasn't really offered any other 2023 quarterbacks. He's the guy on the board. They've expressed that to him, and I think he's the number one priority in 2023.
Yeah, no doubt, and for good reason. Another priority in 2023, Amir Herring, another guy right in Michigan's backyard, plays at West Bloomfield. You see him there with the Michigan flag. He stopped by the Wolverine headquarters on Sunday following his visit. So, EJ, you were one of the first to speak to him coming out of the visit. And, this is a kid that's been high on Michigan for a really long time. He obviously played for Ron Bellamy when he was the head coach there. So there's that relationship. But I think even before that, he was high on Michigan. What did he say about the weekend?
Yeah, we actually had him at the Wolverine headquarters there in Ann Arbor. So it was cool to catch up with him and his mom. But, Amir, I think Michigan was already kind of in the lead for Amir early on, and I think they've extended that lead coming out of the visit. Him and his mom just talked nonstop again about the atmosphere in the big house, but also about the value of Michigan off the field. Amir actually is a very great student in the classroom. He aspires to be a surgeon, and he's definitely has the smarts to do that. If you are a subscriber on our YouTube channel, you can go see how well-spoken Amir is. We had a video Q&A with him. But I think Michigan's academics, the fact that it's close to home, the fact that it feels like family with Ron Bellamy there, and the way the offensive line played on Saturday night, I think all check the boxes for Amir. I think he's a guy that Michigan would really like to close on early in the cycle.
Next guy on our list is Jaden Lamarr from Washington. So obviously was able to see his hometown team, or home state team, lose to Michigan, which can, have an, kind of different impression, I think, on a kid. Why did Michigan do such a good job with him, the 4-star running back out of Lake Stevens, Washington?
Yeah, definitely. For him to come out from the Pacific Northwest on an unofficial visit was big. And to see Michigan just beat the brakes off of Washington was also big for him. But more importantly, I think he really connected with Mike Hart, and Mike Hart has made him a priority. I actually think he's the number one guy on Michigan's board. Today is Tuesday. Jim Harbaugh is set to have a conversation with him tonight over FaceTime. So they are really going all in for Jaden Lamarr. On top of that, he had to have been impressed with the way Michigan ran the football, with the way they used their backs, and just the way they shoved it down Washington's throat. So overall, I think Michigan really moved the needle with Jaden Lamarr. He's already talking about coming back for another visit. I think Michigan is in his top group early on.
Then a guy from down south, Jaylen Brown out of Miami, 4-star wide receiver, 6'1", 160 pounds. He was on campus as well. What did you think of the job Michigan did there?
Great job. So Michigan went out to see him for a satellite camp this summer. And he also has an interesting connection in the sense that former Michigan great Desmond Howard is actually a bit of his mentor for him. So the family knows him well. And he actually made a trip in the summer on his own dime. So this was his second unofficial visit to Michigan, which obviously speaks volumes of where Michigan is in his recruitment. With the ties he has to the university, with the fact that he's been on campus twice, I think really helps with Jaylen Brown. On top of that, the offense wasn't pass friendly, but I think a lot of these quarterbacks, receivers that were on campus saw the need for playmakers in the offense. So I think that, even though Jaylen probably would have wanted to see Michigan throw the ball, he also knows that he can come in and be a difference maker. So he's still a couple of years away, but he's also a top overall priority for Michigan. And even though he's from down south, I think Michigan has had plenty of success in South Florida. They were able to land Jaden Hood and Jaden McBurrows, last cycle. So I think they are more than capable of pulling Jaylen Brown out of the Miami area.
Definitely. And then the last guy on our list, Tackett Curtis, a 4-star outside linebacker out of Louisiana, an elite kid. I guess, Louisiana, Michigan doesn't pull a ton of guys from there. But Ron Bellamy is from there, though. And obviously, as you see this picture on the screen is from the summer. So he made a return trip as well. And how did he like Michigan this time around?
Yeah, I exchanged messages with his dad, and they were both really impressed. So his dad is his high school coach, actually, and they just love their time on campus, and they really value the tradition that Michigan has and the defensive style, the academics, and Tackett has offers from everybody in the Southeast. But I think Michigan kind of sticks out from that list, and the fact that they've been there twice and really enjoyed their time on campus. Again, I think Michigan is a legitimate player to pull him out of the Southeast. You add in Ron Bellamy's ties to the state of Louisiana, and that's big time. When Tackett actually got the offer from Michigan before he made a summer visit, his dad immediately reached out to me and was like, "This is an offer that we've been waiting for." And I was like, "Okay, cool." But you're a kid from the Southeast, from Louisiana, where, like you said, Michigan doesn't have a lot of success, and you have all these big time offers. And now they've made 2 visits to Ann Arbor. And so I think it's pretty serious. I think that, Tackett could be a huge land for next cycle. He's a Rivals 100 kid. He's a big time player that fits the system well, kind of in the similar mold as Lander Barton this cycle. So again, I feel like Michigan really made a move with Tackett Curtis. He's definitely one to know for next cycle.
Definitely. So those are 5 guys that Michigan made a big impact with in the class of 2023. So, kind of keep those names in mind, because a big visit weekend can obviously make a big impact going forward in a guy's recruitment. So keep an eye on those 5 names. We have more coverage, not only for 2023, but 2022 up over at thewolverine.com. EJ with a ton of intel coming out of the weekend. I think he's recording this from his bed because he's so tired, but it means that there's a ton of intel up at the site at thewolverine.com, so check it out over there.